I just want to make it clear I'm not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
if I give a
Sir,
name.
you're allowed
Objection,
one
that violates
business
my due process.
and he's
Objection, that
not to
violates my right to a
return.
personal bond.
He's
I have a
not, he's
constitutional right,
not
as you
to
just said,
appear
to
at
be presumed
9.
innocent without guilty.
All right, folks, today we're diving into one of the wildest sovereign citizen encounters ever caught on camera. This guy is on a whole different level, completely convinced that his made-up legal theories are somehow legit. He really thinks that yelling, "I do not consent," is a magical phrase that makes laws vanish. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Let's jump in and watch as the judge hits him with a much-needed dose of reality.
And then we've got Mr. Martin.
He claims to be an attorney, so here we speak with Mr. Fanto.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, this is 241388, the state of Michigan versus Eric Joseph Martin. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Oh, not the Roman Sesticate Trust, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay. Are you going to tell me your name or not, Mr. Martin?
I just want to make it clear I'm not the legal fiction corporate entity defendant.
Okay. All right.
If I give a
Sir,
name.
if you require accommodations to use the court because of disabilities, or if you require a foreign language interpreter to help you fully participate in court proceedings, please let the court know immediately. You are here today on count 1, domestic violence. There's an allegation that on June 8th of 2024 in the city of Taylor at 9074 Clippard, that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Crystal Nicole Martin, a resident or former resident of your household, contrary to MCL 750.81 parent 2. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500. A consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 750506A if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Those are the charges against you. You've been brought to court on a misdemeanor charge, and you have the following basic rights: to plead guilty, not guilty, or to stand mute. If you stand mute, a plea of not guilty will be entered, and you may plead no contest with the permission of the court. You have the right to a trial by a jury and to have the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to an attorney appointed at public expense if you are indigent, meaning you cannot afford to pay for an attorney. If the offense requires a minimum jail sentence, this charge does not have a minimum jail sentence. The court determines that it might sentence you to jail, and the appointing authority, which is the court, would decide if you are indigent and appoint counsel if you are eligible. You may have to repay the expense of the appointed attorney, and you may contest your ability to pay the ordered fees if the court attempts to collect any costs for an attorney, and the court must then determine your ability to pay. Mr. Fanto, a court-appointed defense attorney, is present in the courtroom. It's my understanding he attempted to meet with you, and he was advised that you did not want to speak with him. Is that correct?
Because of the unfairness of the laws that would fraudulently assume if I take a lawyer that I would be giving up my right to be one of the sovereign people and be fraudulently assumed to be a legal fiction defendant. Yes, I
Okay.
All right, so basically his own attorney was trying to do him a favor, telling him to stop acting like a clueless sovereign citizen and maybe, just maybe, grow up a bit. But instead of taking the advice, he went full "I've got this" mode and proceeded to make an absolute fool of himself on the record. Here's the thing. If you walk into a courtroom spouting sovereign citizen nonsense, you've already lost. It's like entering a spelling bee and refusing to spell. You're just setting yourself up to fail. This guy genuinely thinks that if he talks in circles long enough, the judge will get so overwhelmed she'll throw her hands up and say, "Oh no, he used too many big words. Case dismissed." Spoiler again, that's not how any of this works. It never has been. But hey, maybe in his mind, if he keeps rambling long enough, reality will somehow start playing by his rules. What do you guys think? Is he really this clueless, or does he truly believe the nonsense he's spewing?
have refused that a lawyer
Mr. Martin,
fraudulently represents me.
If you have a trial, you have the following rights: to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you could get an order signed by the court to require those witnesses to come to court. You have a right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You have a right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent. And if you chose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecuting official could not comment on your refusal to testify. You also have the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead guilty or no contest and your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you will give up the rights that I just listed to you. You also have the right to be released on bond. If you are now on probation or parole and you enter a plea of guilty, or a finding of guilt is made by a judge or a jury, it may result in a violation of your probation or parole. The court can sentence you to jail and fines plus cost. And the court must tell you on the record the name of the offense, the mandatory minimum jail sentence, if any, and the maximum possible penalty for the offense, including jail, fines, and both, which I've already done. Fines, costs, and other financial obligations imposed by the court must be paid at the time of assessment, except when the court allows otherwise for good cause shown. If you are not able to pay due to financial hardship, you can contact the court immediately and request a payment alternative. So those are your constitutional rights going forward, Mr. Martin.
I want to make it clear I have been legally arrested here by barred away, okay, because he just went by her lies saying I kicked her. As soon as he walked through my door, I'm the one that called 911 on Crystal Martin, okay?
All right, sir, you have a constitutional right to remain silent, and anything you say with respect to this case could potentially be used against you in a court of law. So I would advise you at this time to remain silent with respect to the actual facts or allegations listed in the complaint and misdemeanor complaint, which I've read to you. Sir, are you gainfully employed?
I wish to finish before I answer your questions. I will answer your questions. I want to finish exercising my First Amendment right, freedom of speech, and continue what I was saying.
I honestly need to know what's going through this guy's head right now, if anything at all. The judge literally just told him to be quiet for his own benefit, and his genius response? Blame his sister. Like, seriously? This man really sat there and thought, yep, this is my winning move. Spoiler alert, it's not. In what universe does throwing your own family under the bus make a judge say, oh wow, never mind then, you're free to go? Come on, man, take some responsibility for once. Watching this feels like watching someone. Try to put out a fire by dumping gasoline on it. And the worst part? He's got that look on his face like he really thinks he's killing it in there. Newsflash, buddy. You didn't cook. You burned the whole kitchen down.
Oh, okay. Sir, you are to appear in court as directed. I'm not going to argue with you, Mr. Martin. I understand your sovereign citizen argument. It's not the first time I've seen it or heard it. You are under the jurisdiction of this court. This court has jurisdiction under the Michigan Constitution and the laws of the state of Michigan. You are charged with a 93-day misdemeanor, sir. You've been advised of all of your rights. Okay, you have a First Amendment right, certainly, but you are here for an arraignment, not to lecture me on sovereign citizen beliefs, okay? I'm trying to get you through this and make sure you understand the process. You are to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're to have no contact with the complainant, Crystal Martin, in this case. Do you understand me?
No, I do not understand in that I do not stand under the charges, the false fraudulent charges, but I do comprehend. But as I was saying, I was illegally arrested in violation of my due process rights. There's not sufficient evidence for my arrest that I did any domestic violence. Bardaway just arrested me anyway. There's no video of me assaulting her. There's no, she did not see it. She just told a lie. I actually filed a PPO on her.
Sir, do you understand that you're not, to have no contact with Crystal Martin?
And then you need to tell her, do not come to my house. She keeps coming to my house so she can set me up with these lies because my sister can't let her over. I have no,
You're
I
not.
don't want to contact her, but she
Okay,
needs to stop
sir,
coming
I
over to
don't
my
think you
house, you know, so I've been
understand
living
why
there for
you're
36 years.
Miss
So
Maudlin,
let
that
me
will
finish
just have
talking,
to
I have the
go.
First Amendment right here to
Unfortunately,
talk. I have the
Mr. Martin, it's clear to me at this point that you have no respect for the court. I believe that you're a danger. I can't get any information from you as to whether or not you have another place to reside, whether or not you understand the court's no contact provision. I need to know that you understand what I am telling you, because I am attempting to set a bond on your case. And if you want a bond on your case, you've waived your right to an attorney. And I'm trying to figure out, do you have another place to stay? Do you understand what no contact means? And if you're not going to express to me that you have an understanding of what I'm saying, and if we can't get on the same page about that, then I'm inclined to not give you a bond. Do you understand me, Mr. Martin?
I comprehend you, yes.
Okay, do you understand that I said you were to have no contact with Crystal Martin?
Yes, but she needs to stop coming over to my house. I'm not trying to contact her. She's coming over to my house so she can make false allegations like this, set me up so she can have the whole house to herself, her and my sister. This is what the whole agenda is of her with my sister. Lisa Martin tried this before, even though I proved to the court before the video of my sister Lisa Martin trying to set me up with lies and try swinging at me, insulting me. I have this on video saying that Crystal Martin here. I have her on video swinging at me in dealing with the prior case you tried to bring against.
Oh no, poor little Eric. Someone get this clown a tissue before he breaks out into full-on ugly crying. Like seriously, you've got to be really deep in denial if your ex and your own sister are teaming up just to get you locked up. That's not some random coincidence, my guy. That's a coordinated group project and everyone actually did their part. And of course, just like every other sovereign citizen, he takes absolutely zero accountability. It's never their fault, right? It's always some grand conspiracy. The judge, the cops, and now even his own family are all supposedly out to get him, just for the hell of it, bro. Maybe, just maybe, you're the problem. At this point, not even his imaginary. Legal mumbo-jumbo can save him.